The Fantastic Four should have been Marvel's big comeback. After years of disappointing sequels, forced humor, and half-baked Disney Plus shows, fans were hungry for something real. Something with heart. This was Marvel's chance to go back to its roots. To bring the first family of Marvel to life the way they deserved. Instead, it looks like we're getting more of the same, flashy casting, agenda-driven storytelling, and a movie more interested in Twitter applause than in timeless storytelling. This new Fantastic Four isn't looking like a fresh start. It's looking like another entry in what fans are calling the MCU. At its core, the Fantastic Four is about balance. It's a team made up of 4 unique personalities: Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. Each brings something different to the table. Reed's the brain, Sue's the heart, Johnny's the energy, and Ben is the soul. Together, they represent the perfect blend of intellect, emotion, humor, and power. That's what made them Marvel's first real superhero family. But Marvel's new version seems ready to throw that out. The early signs, casting decisions, and rumors all point to one big shift. Sue Storm will be the new lead. Reed Richards, the classic leader and the emotional anchor of the team, looks like he'll be reduced to a side character. Ben and Johnny, probably just some comic relief or background noise. It's not that Sue can't be a strong character, she is, but she's supposed to fit into the team, not replace it. This reboot is already warping the team dynamic to fit modern political trends, instead of respecting what made the comics work in the first place. This isn't progress, it's just bad writing in disguise. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The MCU. That's the nickname fans have given to Marvel's new direction. One where the story takes the backseat to social messaging, where the goal isn't to create characters we care about, but to check boxes and send empowering messages that feel more like lectures than plots. We've seen this in She-Hulk, where the main character spends more time ranting about men than growing as a hero. We've seen it in The Marvels, a movie that tried to juggle 3 female leads without giving any of them real emotional arcs. And now, we're seeing the same signs in Fantastic Four. Marvel wants to center everything around Sue Storm. Not because the story calls for it, but because it fits a modern image. It's not storytelling, it's marketing disguised as empowerment. And audiences are tired of it. When Marvel was at its best, it made us feel things. Tony Stark sacrificing himself in Endgame. Steve Rogers staying behind in time to live a quiet life. Thor losing everything and having to face his own failures. Those were powerful moments, not because they were flashy, but because they had weight. With Fantastic Four, Marvel had a chance to slow down to tell a grounded, emotional story about 4 people who gained powers and have to navigate the pressure of being heroes together. But that's not what we're getting. We're getting another corporate product. Fast, loud, and empty. Galactus will be the main villain of the new Fantastic Four movie. To casual fans, that might sound exciting. Galactus is a cosmic being who literally eats planets. He's a giant, powerful force of nature, and in the comics, he's one of the biggest threats the Marvel Universe has ever faced. So why is this a problem? Because it's way too soon. Galactus isn't the kind of villain you throw into a first movie. He's not a personal threat, he's not emotional, he's not grounded. He's not someone the Fantastic Four as a family can grow from fighting. He's basically a force of destruction. Introducing Galactus this early completely skips over what made the Fantastic Four special in the first place. They're not just space adventurers, they're explorers, thinkers, and emotional characters. They're supposed to start small. Their first villain should have been someone like Doctor Doom. Someone with history, personality, and real ties to the team. But instead, Marvel is doing what they always do now. Skipping character development and going straight to giant CGI sky battles. It's the same mistake they made in Eternals and Quantumania. They introduce cosmic level threats before the audience cares about the characters. So when everything goes crazy, there's no emotional weight behind it. It's all just special effects. Galactus is a big name, but it's a lazy choice. It shows that Marvel is chasing spectacle instead of building a meaningful story. Even worse, Marvel confirmed that Silver Surfer will be a woman in this movie. Again, this isn't about hating change or disliking women. This is about how Marvel keeps changing things just to make headlines. Silver Surfer, aka Norrin Radd, has one of the most tragic and powerful origin stories in all of comics. He gives up his freedom and becomes a servant to Galactus in order to save his people. He's poetic, tormented, noble. Basically a cosmic version of a fallen knight. But now, Marvel is gender swapping him into a female version. Likely for no reason than to freshen things up or fit the MCU agenda. That's the issue. It's not about creativity, it's about control. Marvel doesn't seem interested in respecting characters anymore. They just want to change things to feel modern, even if it guts the emotional core of the original story. Imagine if Marvel had saved Galactus for the next big saga, like they did with Thanos. If they had slowly built up the cosmic threats in the background, expanded the Fantastic Four and X-Men stories first, and let Galactus appear as the final boss, it would have meant something. But now, they're blowing their best cards way too early, because they lost the patience to build new stories. And let's be honest, when Galactus inevitably gets defeated in this movie, probably by some last minute Sue Storm, "you don't need to eat planets and to be powerful" speech, it'll feel cheap. Just like how Kang was already defeated in his first appearance. No build up, no tension, just another rushed, shallow plot meant to make Marvel look epic without earning it. Whether it's Galactus, Kang, Gore, Ultron, or even Taskmaster, the pattern is the same. Introduce a legendary villain, barely explore their personality or motives, nerf them for a quick win, move on to the next shiny thing. It's like Marvel doesn't respect their own villains anymore. And with Galactus, they're about to ruin one of the most legendary characters in cosmic history. It means they're not being treated like characters, they're being treated like props in a cosmic light show. Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben deserve a story where they grow together, where they start small, face personal threats, and earn their place in the wider Marvel universe. But instead, they're being tossed into a massive cosmic battle right out of the gate, with Sue Storm likely taking center stage, a gender swap Silver Surfer added in for freshness, and Galactus reduced to another CGI monster with no soul. This isn't the Fantastic Four we've been waiting for. It's the MCU version. Loud, hollow, and more focused on headlines than heroes. Yes, Pedro Pascal is playing Reed Richards. Yes, Vanessa Kirby is Sue. Marvel wants you to be excited about that. But casting doesn't save a bad story. We've already seen this happen. Quantumania had a great cast. Paul Rudd, Jonathan Majors, Michelle Pfeiffer, and it still flopped. Why? Because the writing was empty. The stakes weren't real. Marvel thinks hiring big names will distract us from the fact that their stories are broken. But fans are smarter than that. You can have Oscar-worthy actors in your movie, but if you don't respect the characters, it doesn't matter. Look around. The box office numbers don't lie. The Marvels was Marvel's worst performing film ever. Secret Invasion had no hype and barely made a dent. Eternals was forgettable before it even left theaters. Marvel used to be an event, now it's just content. And Fantastic Four looks like it's gonna continue that trend. Instead of giving fans what they've been waiting for, a powerful, emotional, comic, faithful adaptation, they're giving us a focus grouped, MCU flavored product with no soul. Marvel doesn't seem to care what made their universe special anymore. They're too busy trying to impress social media instead of serving the fans who built their empire. Iron Man wasn't great because he was a man. He was great because he was flawed and we watched him grow. Black Widow wasn't amazing because she was a woman. She was amazing because she had depth, pain, and purpose. What made Marvel work was characters first. The heroes had to struggle, fail, fall, and rise again. That's how you build connection. That's how you earn emotion. Now, characters show up fully formed. They don't struggle, they lecture. They don't evolve, they dominate. And instead of journeys, we get moments meant to go viral. That's not the Marvel we fell in love with. And the new Fantastic Four is shaping up to be the final proof of that. The Fantastic Four should have been Marvel's second chance. A new foundation. A way to remind fans that story still matters. But instead, it looks like another shallow reboot filled with studio interference, preachy writing, and characters who don't feel like real people anymore. Marvel needs to wake up. They need to stop chasing headlines and start chasing heart. Because if they mess this up again, fans won't just walk away from the Fantastic Four, they'll walk away from Marvel entirely. And unless something changes fast, this reboot won't be fantastic at all. It'll just be another forgettable chapter in the MCU.